So that gives us a good feel for, and this is set up the way most of us set up our boards, right? You have power going to everything, and then you have a patch cable going from pedal to pedal. So in this case, the guitar comes into the Fuzz and goes, I'm not sure which, it goes
Well,
this
I'll tell you how it
yeah,
goes. Because it doesn't go exactly the way it looks.
okay.
So the guitar goes into the Fuzz, which, just word of advice, if you're not already doing it, Fuzz should always be the absolute first pedal before you tune. Almost all tuners are buffered, and you do not want a Fuzz after anything that's buffered. So fuzzed into tuner, into the compressor, into the octave, into the univibe, and then down to the Dane. I have the Boss noise gate, and it has the send and return, so you can run your drive pedals separate from everything else in the circuit. So the drive pedals are going into the send and return circuit of the noise gate. Everything I just mentioned before up to the univibe is going into the input of the noise gate, and then the output of the noise gate is going to be the flight delay and then the reverb. There should be a tonal benefit from using the noise gate this way.
Yeah.
And that's not the purpose of this video to do that, but still to my ears, this doesn't sound ideal. I don't love it.
The pedals don't sound as good as I've heard them sound.
Yeah.
And they certainly don't sound like if you were to run a guitar straight into the violet and then straight into the amp. If you've built a board, as opposed to just using single pedals, you know exactly what that feels like. The sound quality changes. And part of the reason is even if you're only running one pedal, your signal is going through all of the pedals for everything.
Whether they're on or off, doesn't matter. There's definitely resistance, there's definitely noise introduced, and a reduction of signal that occurs. And a coloring, not a good way, the signal.
Absolutely. We're going to be replacing everything, and everything except the pedals, and we'll see how it turns out after that.
And I'm using a Rockboard power supply, which it's a fairly decent power supply. It's not super noisy, but I decided to upgrade to a toroidal Chuck's power supply in the hopes of getting the board to be even a little bit more quiet and having a little more of expansion opportunities too with that.
Yeah, the best thing you can do for your sound, especially for noise level, for that hiss, is invest in good power.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I did forget. I do have my looper pedal. That's the very last pedal in my chain. And as you can see, it's not even on the board. Clearly, I have no room for it. But that's after the reverb, so the reverb, the looper, and then it goes right into the Bad Cat amplifier. And yeah, so let's build the board.
Let's build a board.